June 2020. George Floyd's killing by police shocked the States and even the rest of the world. Massive protests and riots are quickly spreading across the country. Protests is a common way for a group of people to express their opposition and dissatisfaction against something. I get it. But the riots, especially violent riots with destroying, robbing, looting by thugs, is an absolute crime under the cover of patriotism. It's an explosive burst of the dark side of human nature that is being caged under peaceful time. At the same time, and in the same country, Elon Musk's SpaceX achieved its greatest ever milestone by successfully launching a rocket with 2 astronauts into the International Space Station, which brightens the way to exploring commercial opportunities of space travel. What an ironic mixture of hell and heaven. The bright side battles with the dark side. That comes along with all of us and each of us. Everyone is a moon with a dark side which we never show to anybody else. Let's take a little magic personality test. Pick one least favorite face out of the 8 and see what dark side lies inside of you. Why does it make sense? Because the face you dislike most unconsciously reflects the part of repression and denial in your personality. Done? Let's review the interpretation. Phase 1. Although you look like and act like a harmless and helpful person in real life, you repress the dark side of rebelling against authority. Use the tool of passive resistance to drain out those troublemakers when you don't want to do something or have to defend yourself. Phase number 2. Although you may be a gentle and nice person living a stable and peaceful life, you repress the dark side of impulse, assault, and anger by nature. Phase 3. Although you seldom go off the center of social behavioral standards, you repress the dark side of craziness and instead be conservative with little interest in creativity and change, which makes you timid, defensive, and lack of confidence, hard to quickly adapt to a new environment. Phase 4. Although you pretend to be good at socializing with people, you repress the dark side of indifference and disconnection with them, only play with it on the surface but not in reality, as you prefer to live in loneliness and don't need others to be around. Phase 5. Although you impress others by being humble, sometimes even quiet and shy, you repress the dark side of vanity and desire to be broadly accepted and noticed, and be able to attract others. Phase 6. Although you show energy, confidence, and optimism in many cases, you repress the dark side of hatred about the outside world and tend to have low self-esteem, depression, and suspicion. Phase 7. Although you avoid making trouble to others and always stay in caution, restraint, and frugalness, you repress the dark side of maniac and seem to be hypersensitive to noisy, extreme, and exaggerating things. Phase 8. Although you try very hard to find or prove your identity, you repress the dark side of confusion in your intrinsic self and suffer from a dissociative identity disorder. In most cases, we have to maintain a safety boundary between ourselves and others by hiding our dark sides from the 8 aspects: aggressiveness, hostility, self-limiting, self-expansion, performing, restraint, attaching, and maternal nature, respectively. That's how we temporarily settle with the world when everyone acts normally, everything runs orderly. The dark side only shows up when our safety is being threatened, as it's closely connected with our instinct of survival. One day, a random social disorder breaks out and goes viral all of a sudden. Those people who are weak in self-control and morality are completely dominated by their dark side. People joining this riot today are actually workers, students, and your neighbors individually yesterday. So what's happening today that turned them upside down? The event, in the form of a cloud, takes over their individuality and is replaced by one collective and general point of pain. Discontent with their government and the social system. No matter what the stream of discontent is individually, once merging together, it will become a giant ocean of destructive force. Acting in a group gives everyone the illusion of power to become unstoppable and unbeatable, as well as escaping from punishment to the mass, which disarms their responsibility and drives them crazy. In this mode, the dark side gets normalized and rationalized by the disorder, chaos, and by collective unconsciousness, sheeple. People lose independent thinking, act irrationally like they are brainwashed or hypnotized. Just imagine, they are like evils being released from the Pandora's box, or like zombies or vampires turned alive at night. Unconscious, irrational, easy to manipulate. Understanding the dark side of human nature can be extremely beneficial. It's like the fertilizer, dirty and stinky, yet nourishing to help us grow if utilized properly. Observing and learning your dark side from your dreams, self-talk thoughts, artwork creations, and trying unfamiliar new things. Hey, don't waste such amazing nutrition of life!